make sure y'all. Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Tuesday Live, also known as Taco Tuesday. Y'all see it every Taco Tuesday, which is crazy. I just realized. So y'all see us every night that we about to go eat.
You gotta talk loud enough so they can hear you.
So it's Tuesday Night Live. You know what that means? We about to party on the live.
We about to party on the live. Hey, did you bring your phone so we can get the scripture?
No, I had lost it.
How you lose your phone?
But yeah,
Go look in my room to see if it's in there. We need the scripture off your phone. Remember, I screenshotted it and sent it to your phone. My phone is being used. Andale, hurry. Hey, what's up, everybody? Come on in.
But you know, today's topic, because last time that we did the live, y'all said that y'all wanted to do relationship stuff. That's what we're going to do today. You know, relationships, period. I don't even want to go through it.
Well, you got to go through them so they'll know what we're talking about.
Relationships with friendships,
partnerships, what else? Situationships. Lifeships, all of the above we're going to be talking about today, because last week when we were closing, we asked y'all what y'all want to talk about, and that was the discussion.
So for all of y'all that said you wanted, even if you don't, you're going to learn. You're going to learn today what it means.
Danny, tell them what you're doing. Go show them.
Y'all, so me and my cousin, we had this like obsession with nails. So I went to Sally's today. I don't normally like Sally's, but today they got the hookup. They stocked up. So thank you so much, Sally's. Please sponsor me. Not with the press-ons, but all the with all the gel dip and all the acrylic and stuff.
Danny, what?
I don't want to show y'all my nails right now, but so I got me some monomer, and I got me.
You got some what?
Monomer. That's the liquid. That's what it's called. And I got me some acrylic, and I got me some tips, and I did them. And I also did, okay, so there's a difference between clear and white. So with the clear,
get in the middle so they can see your lips.
So there's a difference between the clear and white acrylics. So with the clear, I had to do the stickers, but with the rest, I just put a nail under it. That's why this one is a little more thinner than the rest.
She's going to
I'm not going to show y'all the middle finger because it don't look too good right now. But this is what they look like.
Hey, live.
This is what they look like. Look at them.
Move it. Hey guys, it's your girl.
She's always trying to steal my spotlight, but you know that's okay. Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. So Danny's perfecting her nail skills.
Oh, so if y'all want to get them, you know, nail polish is free because I love y'all. I charge Rusty though, and
Wait, you giving them your prices?
Yeah, girl. Dip is only like maybe $5, maybe $10, depending on the mood I'm in. If I'm broke or if I'm not. But you know, acrylic is $15, so.
You gotta come over here.
So, acrylic is $15, so if y'all want y'all nails done, just DM me, you know. I got you.
Sit here. Wait, so you wanna come to them and do their nails?
I have to come to you.
They're gonna have to come to you, okay.
Y'all the one that want y'all nails done.
Y'all heard it first. Alright, as soon as Dana gets back, we can give you the scripture that we're discussing in reference to relationships. I can't see the question. So we'll go ahead and I guess that was y'all story time.
Where's Donna?
Dana Banana went to go get her phone because the scripture that we are using today, I screenshot and sent it to her phone because my phone and Danny's phone is being used. But that was y'all's I guess story time. Danny and the nails. Okay, she came back empty-handed. So, Dale, where's your phone?
Today has just
the
been
scripture is.
You know what? It was on a charger, and then the devil took it because he didn't want us to do this.
Wait, your phone was on the charger, and the devil took your phone. It talks about a friend will stick closer to you than a brother.
Wait, really?
He goes.
Hold on, y'all.
Why does it say brother and not sister or brother?
It's just a metaphor.
It's not talking about specifics. I think, you know what, people get so caught up in the specifics that they miss the point.
Right.
I mean, but like.
And hold on. Okay, yeah. So it's Proverbs 18:24, and it says, this is. Hold on. I'm gonna read from the NLT version. Proverbs 18:24, y'all. says there are friends who destroy each other,
Right.
but a real friend stick closer than a brother. Proverbs 18:24. Again, it says, there are friends who destroy each other, but a real friend sticks closer than a brother. Here you go. And so today, what are we talking about, Dana Banana?
We are talking about relationships. Not just boyfriend and girlfriend relationships. Not just friend relationships. Not just parent relationships. Not just sister and brother relationships. All relationships.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like sibling relationships and parent relationships. So what's your take on relationships? How do you establish good relationships?
Okay, so let's use an example. So I'm going to use friends. So let's see. For example, so there's Janet, and Janet is at the vending machine, and she, okay, stop.
Come on, Janet. Janet's at the vending machine.
Janet's at the vending machine, and she gets a soda and she gets Lay's. So she sits at the bench, and Jack over here only has 1 cent. So he comes to Janet and says, hey, can I borrow 50 more cents because I need to get some chips. And Janet says, oh, yeah, sure, you can have 50 cents. So that could have been starting of a new friend relationship. So if Janet...
Yeah, that's good. So you're saying because Janet...
They said they can't hear.
Oh, you got to come up here and speak a little louder. Because Janet was friendly and offered up, a helping hand. It started a friendship that, could have otherwise not been.
Are in your life.
Somebody said, you in the front. There's no time for kissy face. I'm sorry.
Let's go back a little bit, David, so Danny can be seen. So that was good. So what do you think about friendships or relationships?
Well, I feel like it's
Turn
important.
that way and talk that way.
I feel like with relationships, it's important to build trust in that person, somebody that you can talk to, with what's going on. Not to mention my cousin again, but she's the one person.
Yeah. So would you say that, let's talk about friendships outside of the household first, right? So friendships or relationships with strangers. How is a good way to establish good relationships? Dayla, do you have anything?
I don't know. I just zoned out because I was thinking about how I can scoot back. So somebody else go.
Dale?
Establishing good relationships with people outside of your household.
Yeah.
That's a really wide question. There's
Like
a lot of
for me,
ways
when you
to-
meet someone, for instance, if it's somebody that I'm going to date or someone that I'm going to just have as a friend, I think it's important to ask questions, right? Necessary questions tell me a lot about who you are, where you're going in life, what your goals are, and, if we're, I don't even want to say good, good partners or compatible. Yeah, that's a good word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't taught how to date or how to learn how to figure out if people were compatible with me. You know what I mean? Like, I had a best friend in high school and we were cool, but after that, like, I never had a best friend after high school that I went to college with or anything like that, because I felt like I would get to know people and then, I don't know, things would just go left, or there was something that was missing, or they didn't believe in Jesus, or, they partied or they did other things that I felt like I didn't do enough discovery questions for or with. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
ask enough questions to know about their lifestyle.
Yeah. Are y'all following me?
Yeah, I'm following you.
Would you agree?
Yes.
Would y'all agree
With
that
discovery questions, with just like asking people
One second.
more questions.
Wait.
Yeah. Show them your hair in a second, though. So, guys, what I'm saying is, the Bible just told us that, there are friends that will destroy you, right? And then there are friends that will stick with you like a brother. I think in order to establish those type of relationships, can y'all hear us over Danny fouling her nails?
Right, y'all talking about me with the kissy face. Danny's literally over here doing nails.
Sorry, I can't help it.
Okay. Let me have the file for a second, please. Let me have the file, Danny. Thank you. in establishing relationships, I think that if you establish that in the beginning, like what your goals are, and making sure that, not to say that you always have to be around like-minded people, but it helps, you know what I mean? It helps your overall attitude, it helps your morale, it helps your growth, helps your learning, helps all of those things, right? And once you establish those in the beginning, then you have someone that you can trust with your life, and vice versa. They can trust with your life. And that's just friendships. That's at the playground, starting at the playground. Parents, if we teach our kids, you know, how to use their voices and how to talk and how to stand up for each other and how to...
They're telling Danny to stop frowning. Danny, stop looking so sad in the camera. She's gonna...
Be a good
He said Danny a whole mood. Danny's sitting over there.
Danny was doing her nails, y'all, but we just wanted to make sure that y'all can hear over her filing her nails. She can do it afterwards. Danny, stop frowning. So, can you read the questions? I can't see them from here.
What question?
I can't see what they're saying. It's too far away.
They're not asking questions. They're just saying stuff. Like, so true.
Yeah.
This is the word.
Right. So it makes sense. And then, okay, that's with friendships, right? And even when you're building business partnerships, you don't just go and get some random person off the street and say, hey, I bet you have good ideas. Come on, let's start a business together, right? You start to build a relationship and you start to build ideas and you start to you got to research people. You know what I'm saying? Because the worst thing you can do, have y'all seen that show, Who the Bleep Have I Married? It's like these people marry someone and they're with them for years and they just don't know who they've married because they haven't done enough discovery questions. We haven't learned as people to ask the right questions because sometimes it feels invasive. You know what I mean? It feels like, or intrusive. It feels like we getting in their business, but it just leaves you upset and heartbroken and frustrated if you don't ask questions up hand. And so that's the word for today with relationships. Any type of relationship. Business, personal, if it's going to be on whatever level it is. I don't even care if you in toddler school, you know what I'm saying, preschool. If you can talk, you can learn how to establish communication with your friend. Teach your kids now, hey, if that's your friend, then go to bat for them. If they don't go to bat for you, then maybe you need to start to reevaluate some things, you know what I'm saying? Because your friends are those who love you, or people that you want in your circle are those who will, you know, show up for you. Then Danny's just said something about people are in your life for seasons, reasons, and lifetimes. I heard that once before. Have you heard that? Dale?
Yeah, I think everybody's heard that saying. Seasons, reasons, and lifetime. Yeah, she's the one that says it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, have y'all heard other people say it other than me?
No.
Other moms. I mean,
I haven't heard a lot of people say that, but it's a
pastors
phrase
and
I
stuff
can
like
agree
that.
with. Sure.
Seasons, reasons, and lifetimes. Like every relationship, everything just in general is here for a season. Like this house is here for a season, reason, or a lifetime. You know, we might move on to another house, or this might be our, you know, our forever home. Just different stuff, you know, to kind of put in a category and decide what you're going to do with it, what it's going to be in the future, you know, the process or whatever.
Yeah. Danny, do you want to tell them what you said earlier? About seasons? You were saying, what's the difference in a season and a reason?
Yeah. What's the difference?
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
So Danny was like, isn't a season and a reason the same thing? And I was like, well, let me say this. When I was going through my divorce, there were friends that I met or people that I met that were there to help me cope. She was like, but that wasn't a season, that was a reason. It was during your divorce. I was like, okay.
Yeah, they were there for a reason.
You got me stumped, right? But then let's check this out, right? So they are one and the same, but they're also not, because if I have a flat tire and someone just pulls up to help me with my flat tire, right? They came in my life for that reason, right? For what that reason was, I needed help.
I think the
So a
difference
season is a
between
little
the
bit longer.
two is the
Season is a
time.
little bit
I
longer.
think a season is a period of time in your life when you may need something or someone, versus a reason being just this particular thing.
Or specific.
This specific reason. Yeah, like this person came in my life to help me with
through this part of my life, or you know, or I needed this person to get through this or whatever. Or a season is, I would think a season is longer.
It is longer.
Yeah, a season could be, anything. A season could be your whole high school life. You know what I mean? Like that's 4 years. That's a long period of time. Or college. You know what I mean? Right. But the danger is when we put people that were supposed to be there for a reason in a lifetime position, or if we put someone in a season in a reason position. You know what I mean? Like I think that it's important that when we meet someone, whatever that relationship may be, you go to God and you ask him for discernment and wisdom. Lord, give me discernment on if this person is here for a reason to teach me something or me to teach them, or if it's for a lifetime. This is someone that's going to be here for those long, those long wins, those long runs and the long hauls. And if this is somebody that we're going to build with. And the only way we can do that is if we actually go to God and seek his wisdom first. Because I can say that I have been at fault of putting someone in a lifetime position that was only supposed to be a reason position. And then what happens is we end up hurt. We have bruises, we're scorned and broken, and now we got to go and we got to rebuild ourselves, when the truth is we should have never put them in that place. And so if you tell Dana and Dayla and Dale and Danny and your children now, parents, these are for the parents that are listening, if you teach your children now that when you meet a friend, Dale, it may feel weird and it may sound crazy at first, but even if you're just talking to God in your head and you're like, God, let me know if this person is here for a reason, season, or lifetime. Help me to establish where they should be, because I don't want to think they're supposed to be best friends. You know how people be like, hey sis, and then it don't even be a sis kind of thing, and then somebody end up with their feelings hurt. You know what I mean? It's like, because we haven't...
That seems like a weird thing to have to do, though. It almost feels like
everything is temporary.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it like that, it kind of makes it seem like you have the expectation that nothing is going to work out, or that you have to be on the lookout for everybody that comes into your life.
I think you should live your life.
Let me see what they coming in here for, or that sounds weird.
Well, not that, because if we're supposed to go to God about everything, then are we not supposed to go to him about our friends and the people that come in our lives?
No, you should. I'm just saying, it doesn't. You shouldn't be suspicious of everybody that comes into your life and wonder what they're here for. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think that you're gonna always have those friends. Is like this friend's a season, this friend's a reason, this one maybe a lifetime. I think you will have majority lifetime friends, except for everyone has that one friend that's always.
Well, I'm not just talking about friends. I'm talking about maybe male friends for y'all. You know what I mean? Like, how do I know that Dale's 18? She's dating. Is she in a season where she's dating just for, just to have somebody to go to the mall with? Or is she dating because she's looking for her lifetime partner? Lord, tell me, what am I, what's this person? Is this a reason, season, or lifetime? What am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking about your homegirls that you go kick it with. And I ain't talking about the cable guy that ring the doorbell trying to sell you some extra cable. I'm talking about people that that you're spending a lot of time with before you get yourself emotionally involved,
or even invite them to your house. I don't feel like you should invite people to your house that you don't really know on a personal level. I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like my house is my relaxation, my escape. That's where I invite my family. That's where I pray. Yeah. And if you just let anybody in your house, it's like
you inviting them spirits.
Yeah, you don't even know what they about yet. You don't know what their motive is. You don't know what they're exactly here for in their mind. So I think that's when you decide, you pray. What are they here for? Season, reason, lifetime? Or are they here to mooch off me? Are they here to use me? Are they here for actual relationship and friendship? That's when you use that.
All right, so we're going to take some questions because I see some. No, that is not just you. That's me. Yeah, that's us too. Somebody remember doing COVID. Somebody put a meme up and was like, Corona is a good excuse for me to say y'all not invited to my house, but y'all wasn't invited no way.
Y'all wasn't invited no way.
All right, so hold on. Here's a good question. This one says, do you think that a biological sibling is supposed to be together for a reason or a season? So do you think that all four of you, like that God only put y'all together for a reason and not for a lifetime?
It's for a lifetime.
I think it is for a lifetime and a reason. Who said it can't be two? I think that we were supposed to be put together for a reason. Get off me, girl. For a reason, for to preach the word, like we needed to get here, but I also think that we all have a good relationship and it was supposed to be for a lifetime.
I think that's specific to us though, because there's plenty of people that just completely don't click at all with their siblings. Like their siblings may have just been brought in their life for a specific lesson or a reason, but there's people that just genuinely just don't, they clash with their siblings.
Yeah.
So I don't think everybody's family members are lifetime people. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
okay.
And that's
That's
okay.
okay.
And that's okay if you don't get along with some of your family members. You shouldn't have to feel forced to
Put up with
build a
anybody's
relationship with somebody.
mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we even say that family isn't just blood. Sometimes family is extended beyond blood. And I remember my dad saying when we were younger one time that family you're born to, but people out in the world you get to choose to bring them as your family. And so that's a little more, I guess, unique, because you didn't choose, like we didn't choose each other. God chose you for me, but somebody out there we choose, right?
Right.
All right, so Dayla, someone says they love your hair.
Thank you.
But listen, just because there's seasons and reasons in families doesn't mean that you still have to extend love.
You still
right?
have to love.
You still
everybody.
have to love them.
You have to love, but you can, like we said in the last live, you can love people from a distance. Loving them don't always mean being in their face.
Dale, this may be for you because it's a little more mature. It says, or Dayla, it says, how do you remain confident in a relationship if a relationship doesn't go your way? So you had a bad breakup. I'm assuming that's what that means. How do you still stay confident?
Well, what I was about to say in my head was, you know who you were before? You know what I'm saying? You the same person after. Like, people don't make or break you.
I was just about to say, don't
People
let nobody
don't
make or break you.
Like,
they can add on, or you can just go back to being yourself.
Right. They can be an addition to what you already had going on, but they don't make or break you. You was already all that before.
It was already great before.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Blood is your relative and family is loyalty. Okay. What are we talking about? Tell them again what we're talking about, Dana Russ.
We are talking about relationships.
What kind of relationships?
Let me say it again. Not friend relationships, not boyfriend and girlfriend relationships.
We're talking about all types of
Yeah, I know.
relationships.
Yeah, she was. Go ahead. She's defining them. Go ahead. Finish. Come on, baby.
Not boyfriend and girlfriend relationships, not family relationships, all relationships.
Yep, partnerships, businesships. Okay, someone says they have to be an asset and not a liability.
Absolutely.
Do you know what that means?
I don't know.
An asset
Any of those words.
is not something that you need. It's something that you don't need. I don't know how to explain this to them.
So an asset would be a house, right? A house. It's something that
So
you...
an asset is a necessity?
Yes, and a liability would be a problem. Come on, high five.
Explain this.
You got it.
I never really knew what an asset was. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
You could say like my husband give me like assets.
it's an asset, something that I can actually build off of, something that I can grow from. Like land is an asset, but a car will be a liability because it's something that after I drive it off, the lot, it's going to
you
So
depreciate.
an asset is a necessity
Yes.
and a liability
Yes.
is something you don't need.
Yes. Hold on, Danny, answer that. Can you love and not like?
Yes.
Of course.
There's plenty of people I don't like.
Yeah.
plenty
People, but the Bible says that you have to love everybody, but it's plenty of
It's
people I
the
don't like.
difference in like I feel like love means you have to be like lovey-dovey hug on you when I see you. It's like no, it's just like I wish to see the best for
Yes,
you.
yes, yes.
I pray nothing happens to you. I pray you have a good life, but I don't like being around you.
For me,
Just
that's
like
how
no-
it is. There's plenty of people the Bible says you have to love. Loving for me means I want what's best for you. I have your best interest. You know what I'm saying? I wish nothing but greatness for you. But me and you
Right.
don't have to be cool. You ain't got to sit in my house and play patty cake with me.
Yeah.
None of
Just
that.
like we said in our latest live, you can love somebody, but you don't have to put up with them. You don't have to deal with them. and
Right.
You don't have to like them.
Well, a transparent moment right before this live, me and the big girls had a little spitty spat, right? And so they probably don't like me right now. They love me, but they probably don't like me.
What's the city space?
It's a little spitty spat, and so that's okay. I think it's healthy because I can tell you, and I tell my rainbow partner all the time to him, hey, I love you, but I don't like you right now, or hey, I love you, but I do like you. And he's like, well, I love you. And I'm like, but I like you because it's important for me to like you. You know what I mean? Like, I need to like you. That's important.
There's just people that's
why liking comes before love.
That's why I ain't never
You know,
think about
like
that.
you don't say to your boyfriend or whatever you don't love them until like 6 months at like long, and you like them first. You know, it's like I like you too. Let's be together. Then you love.
Right, but liking is important.
I almost feel like liking is more important because you have to love and respect everybody. But for me to like you, for me to be like, wow, I actually really like this person. I'll go out of my way to hang out with them or to see them. Like that's pretty big.
Yeah, and I think that too, the word love has been thrown around so loosely that it don't even have the same magnitude of what it really means. But yes, you can love somebody and not like. Okay, what's a rainbow partner? Okay, so I'll explain it again for all of y'all that didn't know. And a rainbow partner is like one day we were going out to eat and I was like, hey, you're a good rainbow partner. And he was like, wait, what? And I was like, well, first of all, I'm too old to have a boyfriend or boo thing.
Well, no, Mama, doesn't a rainbow come after a storm?
Yeah. And you know what I mean? Like we're courting. I believe in courtships. Courtships are until, you do that in order to work towards marriage. And rainbows come after the storm, and I had a rough marriage and divorce, and he did too, and so we're each other's rainbows, and we have a partnership in life.
I'm a rainbow baby.
Danny's a rainbow baby, and so we have, and it's a partnership.
It's a term that she made up to describe her.
The rainbow after the storm. Everybody knows that. Like that sentence
that
phrase.
Yeah, and then I don't feel like we're just in a relationship. We're in a partnership. We partnerlize. Is that word? Partnerlize things. So I hope that makes sense.
As a 2-part relationship, not just the under and above.
Yeah, like Will and y'all some good descriptive givers. But like Will and Jada said it. They were like, if we're in a relationship and you are responsible for making me happy, then we have this wrong because you can't make me happy if you can't make me sad. I can't entrust you, or I'm not going to put that pressure on you to be responsible for my happiness. I have to be able to make myself happy, right? And if we're partners, then we equally understand that and we co-partner in things. Okay, are all of these my kids? Yep. Oh, somebody said rainbow is promises from God. Rainbow is a promise. Oh, that's sweet. Didn't know that. Danny, what would you do if a friend of your sister wants to be with her just for a bet and you realized what... Oh, okay, that's a good question, Danny.
That is the 5th time they put that question up.
Danny, what would you do if a friend of your sister wants to be with her just for a bet and you realized it?
Tell your sister?
So it's a specific...
Hold
on, so explain it, please.
They're not actually friends, they're just using her for the time.
They're just using her. Baby girl, go back over there so you can be seen.
They're just using her for the time for a joke, basically.
Yeah.
Well, so,
what would you do? They said Danny, so what would you do?
I tell them so they don't have to be set up and go through all that, let them know what to expect, and, I don't know. That's just what I do.
No, we're not twins.
What is this?
Twins.
Is there something on my shirt? It looks like there's something on my shirt on the camera.
Yes, after the flood with Noah, it's you're right. In the Bible, the rainbow. So that's exactly what it is. I'm gonna go and coin that term, rainbow partner, because he's my rainbow partner. Oh, Travis is on here. Travis Green.
Hi, Travis.
No, it's
Travis.
Travis Green, he's intentional.
Okay, please stop.
We know a couple of Travis.
What did you think of that song?
Travis.
I know.
I can't sing. Y'all know. They some haters. Anyway, so who's the oldest? Dale's the oldest. So yeah, any more questions about relationships and partnerships and all of that stuff? Yes, Made a Way. That's one of my favorites from him.
Yahweh.
Made a way.
Can my question be answered? Yes, ask your question so it can be answered. Kiki, that makes perfect sense. Well, I can't see your question, so ask it again. Okay, hold on. Up. What advice can you give to a single woman? How do you remain confident in singleness? Dale just said it.
I was
Best.
just saying earlier that you knew who you were before, you know, being in a relationship or being with somebody, they, like Dayla said, they just are adding on to,
which is a good thing. I mean, it's good
but
to have
they don't
an
make
add-on,
or break
but it doesn't
you.
make
It
or
doesn't
break you. You are still a person in yourself. You don't necessarily need
you don't need anybody, you know, to.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
You have to remember that Jesus wasn't, you know, he didn't have a significant other.
You came in the world by yourself.
And it's not a necessity. Yes, the
You don't
Bible
need
says
no
that, you know, to be fruitful and multiply, but it didn't say that it's a commandment to be fruitful and multiply. It didn't command us to marry.
I mean,
actually, it says, you know, yeah. So be good. I think that in order for you to be a good partner in any type of relationship, business, friendship, relational, you have to be a good single person first. You know what I mean? You got to be strong by yourself.
You have to be a strong individual first. You have to be very sure about yourself and very, like, you have to be a strong individual. And then it's time for you to maybe decide to add somebody to that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Be strong in yourself. Video. I'm trying to read these things. They're going so fast. Hold on. Let me just scroll up.
How
Maybe
to
I can
handle
do-
a man.
I have been flooding my question and I need an answer, please. If one friend you have doesn't feel right, how do you know what they're how do you know what they're there for? So I'm assuming you're asking if you have a friend and the energy doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel like a good relationship, you're trying to figure out what they're there for. Is that what you're saying? Because I got one of those now. That I'm trying to, and so literally on my,
You got one of those right now.
Yeah.
on my prayer wall, I literally have their name and question marks by it, because what I do is I give everything, sit up, Danny, I give everything to God, literally. And I need to know, because if I don't feel good about something or someone,
Can you put it down?
if I don't feel good about the relationship, or I don't feel like it's causing me a good energy, then I need to know what we doing here. What we doing? Danny,
Said they're
what-
not paying no mind in the back. Damn, I'm breathing heavy. You bench pressing the
right.
chair, girl.
What y'all want to talk about?
We're trying to eat it.
You know we going to Taco Tuesday.
But where?
This is what happened when you tell the kids you going out to eat before the live.
Right.
They distracted. They hungry, y'all.
They distracted and
They trying to
hungry.
go eat.
Dana, what else? What advice can you give us about friendships?
About friendships. So they say that opposites attract, but most of the time your friend should be what you want to see in like a sister or a brother. Like
Aw.
Dayla, my best friend.
I was gonna say it earlier.
Tootsie, my best friend.
Like,
Somebody
if you
said
want-
what? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
it's okay. I don't like want to sound like, oh, your best friend's a robot, but I think that you should like find a best friend that you know that is gonna love you, that you know that is gonna stick by your side and is not gonna talk behind your back, and that you can vent to, and they won't tell your secrets. I think that you should find a best friend.
Wait, what was the question?
She's answering it right. Keep going, babe.
Russ, it's no offense
Actually,
to
it
you.
was
I just want to know the
actually
question.
She was just trying to figure it out.
I'm sorry.
Keep
I got
going.
it,
Just
but-
finish that last part.
Okay, that was it. That was really it. That was
Okay. Danny, how do you know when you've met a best friend instead of just
You
a regular
know-
friend?
You know, sometimes you have to learn that from experience. You know,
That's
from,
true.
you know, from top of the head. You know, I've had some experience with people that I thought I could trust, but you know, turns out sometimes you just can't. But how you can know is if you know you feel comfortable around them. If something doesn't feel right, that's how you know that it's not meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And maybe you shouldn't tell them some personal
I
things.
think
everything is here for a reason, season, and a lifetime. So,
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
I think when you're looking for friends, one of the most important things for me is is honesty. I'm really big on honesty, and I feel like it's always been really hard for me to find people that I can say are really, really close friends. Like, I got friends, I got people I hang out with, but it's always been really weird for me to find really, really close friends because I'm super big on honesty and loyalty. And I feel like for me, the only person that's as honest and loyal as they could possibly be is my sister. Like, who's gonna be more honest than your sister? Like, nobody. So,
yeah, I just had to recently cut off what I thought was a best friend. I'm just being honest with y'all. Because I didn't like the way she talked to me, to be honest. And I just feel like your best friend is somebody that you would, call a sister, and she wouldn't treat you any type of way.
Sometimes
talk to you any type of way.
we hold like
we put people in places they shouldn't be.
No, sometimes we so worried about how long we've known somebody,
right? Because I know
we are like, I don't want. They're my best friend. I've known them. I grew up with them. Like, girl, okay, you grew up with them, and you're growing up as people, and you're changing as people.
Every day,
and y'all was best friends way back when y'all were in elementary school or whatever. Y'all grew up together, but now you're different, and that's okay. You don't have to be cool with somebody just because y'all grew up together, or just because y'all mama's friends, or whatever else. Like, no, like you pick who you want to hang out with.
That's good. Yeah,
based on how they treat you.
And this is for like teens and smaller children, like, and for parents. This is for everybody. Parents, we can't force our kids to be friends with somebody we think is a good fit for them. This should be your friend. No, what happened to Tommy? What happened to what?
Tommy got fake.
You know what I'm saying? Like because what happens is when we're not around, kids show their true selves, and we found that out with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we thought that it was a good relationship and a good ideal, and that Danny and Dana could play with this particular person, and then come to find out that they were being bullied behind the scenes, and it became very painful. And then when they told me, they were like, "Mama, we just don't want to go over there. We don't want to be friends." I had to listen. I could no longer say, "No, it's good, be friends," or, "Oh, that's just kid stuff. You guys can get over it." I had to listen to my kids and say, "You know what? They don't like this. This is no good. This is not helping. This is hurting. Let me allow them to establish the friends that they want to establish."
And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not the type to let people talk to me crazy. Like, if you're my friend, we have a level of respect with each other. I'm not gonna talk to you crazy or disrespect you, and you better not disrespect me. Like,
we know what's playing.
No problem at all for me to not talk to you. And
Danny, how do you, when you find out that a friend ain't a real friend, how do you handle a conflict?
Well, sometimes if you feel like that you guys were close at a point, you should be able to talk to them like on the first or second time. Tell them how you feel, what you don't like. But after that third time, be like, okay, but I have already. It doesn't actually have to be a third time. I'm just talking about, after a couple of times. I already had this discussion. Obviously, it's not getting through. It's just time to cut you off. That's fair.
Dana, how do you cut somebody off? How do you cut someone off? Like, if there's a friend that was supposed to be your friend, but they keep hurting you over and over and over again, is it fair to have a conversation and let them know, "Hey, baby girl, I'm finna cut you off"?
Yeah.
Or do you go cold
let
turkey?
them know what they did, let them know the problem. Actually, I wouldn't even say it's like, "Hey, I'm cutting you off and this is why." I would say it's maybe a conversation like, "I don't like how you did this. I don't like how you handled this. We gonna talk about this. And I don't like the way that made me feel." And then if they are still doing the same thing after that, then it's no problem to be like, "I'm not putting up with this no more."
Right. What were you about to say?
So, for instance, I'm gonna do another of those. So,
come over and talk loud enough so they can hear you.
For a scenario. So, Nalia is your best friend, okay? And so,
Dana, stay still.
You gotta hold still because it's rocking.
Nalia is your best friend, okay? Right? So you guys are at school, and so you hear her talking, like behind your back. So what I would do was, if I was Nalia, I would kind of feel bad. But if I was Nalia's friend, I would say, "You know what, Nalia, I heard what you were talking about. I don't like the way you treat me anymore. I don't think that, we should be friends anymore." Or, you can go the hard way and say, "You know what? I just don't want to be friends with you anymore. Because I just, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to tap out."
So do you think that in doing that, you're protecting your feelings and you're protecting your space and you're protecting you, right? Yeah. So, okay, real quick.
Sometimes it don't feel good to do it, though. Like,
no,
sometimes it hurts.
Yeah, it's painful, especially if it's been your homegirl, even if you've been kicking them with for like 3 months. It's somebody y'all done play it on the playground with, or y'all done, exchange stories or whatever it is, and you realize that it just ain't what it is. It's painful. It's like a heartbreak. You know what I mean? Even if it is a friend, it's painful. Even if they did mistreat you, you know what I'm saying? But again, I will say you have to love them. Someone asked a question a minute ago about, it said for a husband and wife, how do you get your spouse to talk to you about things if you don't know, if you want them to ask or something about questions or getting them to open up and talk to you more. I'm going to tell you this is a good way when you're dating and even in your married life. Play truth or dare. It's a great way to establish conversation. It's a great way to ask questions without feeling like,
unless they pick dare.
I'm being well, and then that makes it fun, right? That makes it fun unless they pick dare all the time. But you know what I'm saying? Play.
Well, then it's suspicious.
right.
Why are you picking dare so much?
Somebody said Dayla's tired. Dayla, are you tired?
We're all hungry.
It's
Taco Tuesday. We go get tea.
I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm not talking as much as I normally do, but
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Don't allow yourself to become emotionally scarred staying in a relationship that's only good for one person. If you know that you're not happy, you're just constantly being hurt and you're just in pain, man, drop them. I'm just gonna tell you
how many times y'all gonna let people disrespect you?
Don't let nobody disrespect you and hurt your
especially not more than once.
Wow. Don't allow yourself to become emotionally scarred staying in a relationship that's only good for them because you don't want to hurt their feelings. That's deep. That's good too. Yeah, that was good. That was some good advice. Deanna, do you have some good advice for us?
Some good advice, just random advice
about relationships
topic.
Oh, okay. I feel like to find a friend, you have to be kind and just make sure you be yourself. Be yourself. Yeah. Don't be Jack when you Janie.
Don't be Jack when you Jane. Okay.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
And be kind. You have to be honest and give your honest opinion about things.
Yeah, both of those are good. And I think that you have to be what you expect. If you expect someone to be honest with you, then you have to be honest with them. Don't get mad at them for lying to you when you a liar. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at your business partner for being a thief when you've been stealing all along. You know what I'm saying? You just caught them or they showed their hand. Don't be mad in a relationship when you're not when your significant other doesn't communicate when you don't communicate. I think you have to be what you want them to be. Dana ain't sleepy. Dana wants some tacos. I'm gonna stop telling them we're going to tacos after the live.
After.
Somebody said, run out, y'all. Go get that baby something to eat.
Thank you.
They understand. Y'all understand.
Yeah, they gonna get them something to eat. This like being in church. Y'all, back in the day when y'all was in church, y'all be hungry. Preacher still going. Y'all like, oh.
Somebody said
be like, no.
I was told I was too old for friends.
All right,
somebody said you was too old for a friend.
Whoever said that probably ain't had no friends. Let me just keep it real.
Can I get some random
You're never too old for people that love and support you.
Yeah, we your friends.
That is what
we your friends. That's
we
what
your
friends are.
friends.
Friends are people that love and support you.
Give you advice and are there when you need it.
Right.
Who don't need that? What do you just want a
Friends,
husband?
and your
Imagine.
friends should be
I'm
free
sorry,
of
but
judgment. That's
just
another
a husband,
thing.
That's kind of.
And that's
another thing. Friends should not be judging you. They're not your friend if they're constantly telling you what is and what like.
And
what look good.
In your 30s, it's okay for you to meet somebody at the nail salon, and then y'all are like, "Oh yeah, girl, for real." You know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all end up being friends.
Y'all can release. Y'all can
relate. You can't see me. I'm sorry.
Y'all can get away from any other thing. Like I don't know, just other stuff. Like you need friends. If anything, I feel like friends are. You need friends sometimes. I don't think they're. I mean, you need people.
You said one time
outside of your family that are gonna be honest.
Y'all said this one time in a teachable moment that y'all need somebody outside of your household that's gonna tell you.
It was the one with Miss Alicia.
Yeah, with the one with the leash keys. Yeah, because sometimes we
guys.
will just tell you, "Yeah, girl, you look good," but then they'll be honest. Danny, what's going on, baby? Hang in there. Stop faking.
I'm really
Can you
trying.
fake it for the live?
Can you fake it for the live at least? Can you
Girl,
stop?
she's acting
Because right now, what it's looking like you feeding and receiving,
Right.
we forcing you to do this.
I'm
Stop
not
acting like that.
exaggerating. I'm honestly trying to. Y'all can't judge me
holding
on by last.
Listen, no, they not, because as soon as we hit this end button, they gonna be popping up, flipping, doing their nails. This girl gonna go back to
they
filing
gonna know
nails.
it's time to eat.
Right, because it's Taco Tuesday. These kids be fronting. Don't let them front for y'all.
Somebody said, would I ever cut
Can
my
I
hair?
please show them my hair?
Why would
Yes,
we
come
be
on.
2 mushrooms together? I can't. I would never cut my hair.
Why would be too much?
She already bald head. I can't be bald head too, y'all.
Do you like my hair?
The girl, look at Rusty.
Do you like my hair, guys?
Stop.
Yes, they
Why
like
do you
it.
keep doing it?
Okay, come on. Somebody said, all right, somebody said fake it for the live. Only fake the hunger. We don't fake nothing else. Because that girl is not hungry.
She not as hungry as she
She
making
really
it
not.
seem
not.
She just don't want to talk.
And
right
they go to
now.
the kitchen right there. It's plenty of food. She can go in there and get. These kids, listen.
They acting like church kids. They can't sit down nowhere.
Right.
That's what it is.
Move your camera to the left. I can't move my camera to the
'cause
left because I have 2 cameras sitting up. I have
It's
Instagram
perfect.
and
They've been talking
Facebook.
about this since we turned on the live.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, can you please move and stop doing this?
All right, we're
TikTok
gonna
right in my face?
take a couple of more questions. Yes, it takes work in a relationship. It takes work in anything. Even we didn't talk about family relationships, like sibling relationships.
Yes, we did. We were saying that you don't have to get along with. You have to love them, but you don't have to like their family.
Yeah.
That's what we said
Yeah.
about that.
You have to love from a distance sometimes.
And you don't always have to agree in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If you always agree, you're the exact same as whoever you're in with this.
You're dating
If
yourself.
you're always agreeing, that's pretty weird.
That's pretty weird.
I hit that.
What do you want to eat?
I was just telling-
I was thinking the same. It's like
I was just telling somebody that disagreeing in relationships and friendship, whatever it may be, disagreeing is such a good thing. Like, that means that people are growing. That means y'all learning new things. Like, I don't like this, I don't like
And
that.
you have your own mind.
Yeah, and y'all have you're your own individual. Like, nobody's influencing the other too much. You know? It's a good thing to disagree in a healthy way. Not
What-
necessarily argue.
okay, girls, this is gonna be for y'all first. What do you do if you're always the one reaching out for a friendship?
Woo! Stop
That-
reaching out.
Girl, I felt like
Stop
that was
reaching
me.
out.
I felt like that was me.
I feel like that was me.
I feel like that was everybody at one point. Wait, no, can
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. So if you're reaching out and they see it and they constantly,
Have
purposely ignore you and have excuses, they're toxic.
They toxic. Okay. All right, come on.
that's the advice.
Well, if you're trying to reach out to somebody and that, like, wait, hold on, what's the question?
Christian.
What do you do if you're the one that's always reaching out for this friendship?
Are you talking about specific?
Sometimes,
Just a friendship.
well, sometimes that just means that y'all are not on the same page,
That's exactly what that means.
Not everything is made to work out. Everything is here for a reason, season, and a lifetime.
That's good. I thought that because I've had that situation where I'm always the one reaching out for this particular friendship that I had, and I excused it to be I'm serving, you know what I mean? Because Jesus, called us to serve one another, and so I'm reaching out for this friendship, like, yo, I'm checking on you, seeing if there's anything you need or what's up, you know what I'm saying? And I realized what I was doing was I was exhausting myself, and this person didn't see me as a friend. They saw me as a server. You know what I mean? They saw me as their helper. And they even said it that it was help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it made me feel like,
Well, dang.
what I?
If me and my girl can't go to Bella Noches, then
Where can we go?
Like, girl,
You know
we
what I'm
can't even
saying?
be cool with you. We gotta be fake
me and
friends.
my homegirl, cause we feel like.
And then so what happened was I stopped. Right? And when I
Yeah.
stopped, it became like, yo, I know we don't talk as much anymore.
Then it was a problem.
Or, yo, what's up? I feel like things have changed. What's going on? It's because I realized that this relationship was one-sided.
You know, if a relationship's one-sided, if you look back at your messages and you're always the first one texting,
Yeah.
like, what's up, girl? What y'all doing? Or you good? Or like, if it's always you, then
You
you
want
know then
people that you consider your friends or people that love and support
that
you
want to be your friend.
You want them to actually want to be your friend.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be one-sided. It shouldn't feel like you're always doing the reaching out. And so my advice to that would be stop reaching out. And
Yeah.
stop reaching out and see who takes
see
who
if they
first.
reach
and
out
see if
first.
they reach out. And if they don't, then then you know.
They're really not my friends.
at least you know where they stand.
Or they only reach out when they need something or want some
advice. Which
advice.
is even worse.
Because, you know,
they're just a user.
I give good advice, so it's like, hey girl, what's up? Y'all good over there? All right, I got a question. It's like,
well, dang.
Who do I look like? Dr. Phil? Right. And I'm a lover. I'm going to love you and I'm going to extend grace and I'm going to extend, you know, the help. But after a while, you just feel like now the Bible said that I have to forgive you 70 times 70. But it didn't say I have to be a fool 70 times 70. You know what I'm saying?
Or put up with you.
Does that include husbands?
Yep.
What you mean? You always texting your husband first?
Maybe he's not a good communicator.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? I find out though.
That's another thing. People may be confusing. Like me, I am the worst at texting people back. You will hate it here. Never text me. I can't text back for anything. I can't call back for anything. I don't even like to sit on the phone. Like, I really don't. It bothers me. So but I'm still a good friend to my friends. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just on my end, I'm not so great at communicating. And so that may come off as me being one-sided or shady, but it's not what. So make sure that you're able to differentiate the two.
Yeah,
because
and that
it may just be bad communication.
But I will say though, men, sometimes as women, we are so openly like, you know, or we have a lot of words. A pastor said this a long time ago. He said that women have about 1,500 words a day and men have about 300. And so by the time they go to work and they've done all their 8 hours in work and outside life, by the time they come home, they're working on 30 words. 30 words. And so if you get I don't know, maybe. It's not that they aren't trying to communicate with you. It's just because they're exhausted. And so we have to learn people's love language that we're in a relationship with. And we have to learn how to communicate with them even when they're not communicating with words. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because they're quiet doesn't mean that they're upset. Maybe they're thinking. You know what I'm saying? We can't take everything personal and be offended. Danny.
I'm thinking about how many words I'm saying a day. I'm just thinking about it.
No, not really. How do you deal with the relationship with toxic parents?
I don't know, man.
Depends on if you live in their house or not.
I've never been in one of those, so. Let's say, for instance, if you're living in your house. If you're living in your house. I mean, I don't want to say that you have to avoid them because they're still your parents. I don't want to say that you have to, not talk to them because, you're living in their house. But
maybe that question's a little too mature for her.
Yeah, maybe it's a little too mature.
I think that question's too mature for her. If you are dealing with a toxic parent,
if you're dealing with them in the house.
If you're dealing with them in the house,
I think you just need to know when to hold it, when to fold it, because a lot of times you can get into it with a parent and forget your place. And I think you need to just maybe not necessarily avoid, but just know when to steer away, know when to have a conversation, and know when enough is enough.
Know how to handle them. Know how to check the temperature.
Sometimes I know how to check the temperature if they have anger management.
I know there's some people that you just know when they get too rah, but you don't want to. In my family, where they get a little too hype, but you can't disrespect adults, you can't disrespect your elders, you can't disrespect your family members, so you just have to say, okay, and keep walking. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you, but you just have to say, okay, and keep walking. You know what I'm saying? Because if you sit there and argue with them, and then one thing leads to another, this is your.
Then you kicked out the house.
Then you kicked out the house. Next thing you know, you at your house. So, girl, you might as well.
Well, at the end of the day, you have to respect your parents, right? I grew up in a very stern household. My dad was military, so I grew up in a very, very stern household. It was not always a friendly environment, but let me tell you something. Without that environment, I wouldn't be who I am today, so I'm not taking anything from them. But I knew that there was times when I needed to go in my room and close my door and shut my mouth, and then when I could stick my hand out and check the temperature and everything was good and gravy, then we can go out and we can laugh and we can play and we can, chitter chatter. But if the temperature got too hot, I knew to come in my room. That's not me being what's the word?
Not the temperature, literally, guys.
That's not me being distant, or that's not me being like, like, I don't think, how people be like, oh, you letting people run over you. That doesn't go for your household. That doesn't go for your parents.
I agree with that. I think if you're in a situation where you live with your parents and they're a toxic parent, that's not letting people run over you. You just trying to avoid conflict.
You're trying to avoid conflict. Now, abuse is different.
Abuse is completely different.
And if you feel like you're being abused to the point where it's not just emotional, but it's physical, then you need to seek help.
Seek help.
That's something for outside of this live, that we can't really give you any advice on it.
Arguing.
But if you're arguing, and it takes two to argue, and I learned later on, that silence is the best way to argue. If you don't give them anywhere to go, then they can't argue with you. Is it not okay to allow toxic siblings around your house? If you're an adult and you have toxic siblings that want to come over, that's your house. You tell them if they can't come over. That's your house. You in control of that.
I feel like you just need to know personally how to handle everybody. I know how to handle
Dad. I think there's
my mom.
different ways to handle each individual person.
My grandparents. I know how to handle everybody different because everybody has a different personality. Nobody in my family is the same. Like, literally, this might offend her, this might be funny to her, and this might, make her mad. So I have to say different stuff, handle different stuff, have different conversation with everybody. So I think it's
But do you think that prepares you for the outside world and people in the outside world because nobody's the same?
Yeah.
No, other people are weird. I'm just kidding.
Are weird. That's number one.
See, I knew it was going to happen.
Hop up.
Phone died, y'all.
So Facebook died. We're going to go ahead and wrap Instagram up. So, somebody said, tell you guys, hey, why do I baby her? I baby all 4 of them.
No, she just babies that one. Y'all seen it.
She's the baby.
Somebody says, why do I baby her?
She's the baby.
Is it okay that I hug my mother?
She's the
girl.
Sit down.
Shut out.
Sit down, and you cannot be rah.
I'm not trying to.
They just asked the question,
really aggressive.
and it's
Everybody
not
knows
that
the baby's baby.
right. She's the baby. I'm the baby of the family, and Dana likes to be cuddled. This one, if I try to cuddle her, she gonna be like, stop touching me. This one too. She don't want to be touched, and Danny want to be touched when she wants to be touched.
That's
you know
so
what I'm saying?
funny. I forgot about that. I don't like people touching me.
People touching me.
I forgot all about that.
sometimes.
I don't like people touching me.
And so it's not that I'm babying her, it's that I know their love language and I know how to respect. If I sit up here and I held Dayla in my lap, she would literally be like, sis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. But I let Dale hold me. It's weird.
Yeah,
It's different. I go to Dale's room and I spoon her and I sit in her bed for like hours. But
and then I'll come in, I'm like, you don't let me do that to you. She's like, Mama, you're being weird.
because Mama's like, I want to bond with you. I don't know, it's weird.
That's that sibling stuff they got going on, right? That's that sibling stuff, and it ain't none of my business, whatever. I don't baby her. I just love her the way she wants to be loved, and I love each one of them the way they want to be loved.
The way she wants to be loved is by being babied.
Yeah, she wants to be loved by being baby, so whatever.
Or maybe she's just clingy.
Or,
all right, bye y'all.
Love y'all.
Anyway, all right, so can you give us a wrap up?
So I guess what
Come
do you
here,
mean?
let me
Like
love on you.
in conclusion,
Come on.
this live was just about relationship and how to handle people, know how to handle people, know how to treat people, know how far to take it, how not to take it, and pray about how long somebody's gonna be in your life. Pray if there's gonna be a reason, season, or lifetime. Know when to hold it and when to fold it. Who gonna pray?
Period, Pooh. All right, who gonna pray out?
I think Danny should. I just haven't heard her pray in a minute.
Or talk.
Or talk.
And I want y'all to know y'all hurt my baby's feelings because y'all said she was being baby. And that's okay. She can be baby as long as she wants to be baby. She can be baby for the next 30, 40, 50 years. And that's on period. That's right. Don't be doing my baby like that. Okay, come on. Pray out.
Well, Lord, I just want to thank you for this day. I want to thank you for this time, Lord. I pray that, you heal relationships that need to be healed, Lord.
Yes.
That you tell people, when it's time to let go of things that are not for them, Lord. I pray that you close the doors that are meant to be closed and that you open them when they are meant to be open, Lord. And I pray that you just let everybody know that they are loved and that they are needed, Lord. I just pray that you send your Holy Spirit to comfort them in these hard times because, it can be hard for everybody. So, amen.
Amen. That was good, Danny.
Thank you.
You're a good little prayer. All right, we love y'all.
Little prayer.
Dana, go. Let Dana end
No,
it.
she doesn't have time.
Oh, well, then you end it. Just tell him bye. Tell him you forgive him, Dana. You don't forgive him? Yes, you do, because you got to forgive. 70 times 7. 70 times 7. All right, love y'all. Bye.
Peace out.
Just
Peace up.